Hello and welcome to the actual in-person, the Just a Few Friends Talking About E3 show. Yep. We are here at the Toronto Xbox Bethesda Showcase Live Fan Fest event. I don't know what the proper name is for it.
Right here.
Oh, it's literally right here. Watch party, Fan Fest watch party. Cool. And so I'm Steve Saylor, and I'm joined with...
My name is Aaron Caboose. You may know me for content creation on YouTube and Twitch.
Steve Vegvari, freelance writer around the interwebs.
And?
Camille Salazar. I'm a friend.
We are friends, and we're talking about E3 because we literally just got out of the Xbox Bethesda Showcase. We got to see it in person, 95 minutes. First off, general thoughts.
Master Chief!
Oh, we got a Master Chief.
Come here! Yeah!
Let's go. We got a celebrity in the house. So, Master Chief, we want to ask you a very hard-hitting question. What are your thoughts of the Xbox Bethesda Showcase?
Obby. Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't agree more.
Wow.
Absolutely.
You know what? He may be a man of few words, but that touched my heart. That touched my heart right there. Thank you so much, Sean. We'll leave you to, save the world and the universe, whichever comes first. So, general thoughts. What do you guys think?
I thought it was pretty strong, to be honest. I went from, not having a whole lot on my calendar to just now having to organize a whole bunch of games between now and the end of the year.
The next 12 months, which is something that they totally talked about.
Yeah.
Like, okay, these are all games that are coming out next year. So, yeah, what do you got? What else do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why people probably had some wilder expectations for the show that didn't necessarily get met because of the fact that what they showed were things that are coming out within a calendar year. So apart from the ending, seeing Hideo Kojima on screen, for me it was like, yeah, this is pretty okay. There's some stuff to look forward to. Redfall looks fantastic. Scorn looks really good. But there wasn't anything that blew my mind, unlike, Starfield really at the end really got me.
Yeah. What about you, Camille?
Well, I just want to point out that Caboose is a hater. Kojima's amazing. But no, I think, with Xbox, when we were watching Summer Game Fest, the one thing that we said, bye Caboose, get out of here, get out of here, is that, we were it was way too long. This was the perfect time, 90 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
And then as well as some of those announcements just didn't hit right, Xbox set the expectation. They're like, look, all right, we know, and we saw Phil Spencer mention it as well. He's like, we know, there's a few games you want to see, but we're really focusing on the next 12 months and what you could play. And I think because of that, it made it just such a strong showcase. And it just confirmed so many things. And a lot of surprises too. Who knew we needed this Riot collab?
Yeah.
This is huge for cloud gaming and for PC gamers to now get Xbox Game Pass. You unlock so much, as well as Starfield. All Trek nerds, all sci-fi nerds are just, because the thing about Starfield and my hesitation with a lot of sci-fi games is that it's always focused on the survival element and not too much the discovery, or a lot of discovery, not enough of the survival.
balance,
it seems like it's really balanced here, and that you're gonna have a game that you're gonna really dive into and tear it apart.
Yeah, and the thing actually I probably will take away from this, at least in comparison to all the other showcases, is that this was definitely the showcase of gameplay.
Yeah.
We saw so much gameplay. I think pretty much every game that they showed a little bit of gameplay instead of these CG trailers that were... Master Chief's mocking me right now. But we saw so much of that instead of the CG trailers we've been used to getting over the past few while. So I think honestly, it's one of those, I am really excited to be able to kind of see what these games are going to look like, what we're going to expect within the next 12 months. Hopefully, if half of the games come out in the next 12 months, we're going to be set for quite a while. And I think also as well, it's really kind of shut up a lot of the critics that said that Xbox doesn't have anything coming to Xbox in the next 12 months. Yeah. This, I think, kind of was we're set.
There's a lot that's coming for sure. I think that complaint has been dead for years now, honestly. There's plenty of things. And if all else fails, if we're not talking Xbox exclusives, the one that comes from this, Halo.
Flight Simulator.
And Pelican.
The Pelican, yes.
At the end of the day, what I think everyone in the games industry should unanimously agree upon is that Xbox Game Pass is the single greatest deal in the history of gaming. It doesn't matter if it's an exclusive or not. You're seeing games pop up on Game Pass like left and right, and that almost everything we saw at this show, they said coming to Xbox Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to.
That
That's
was
something
huge.
that should be celebrated unanimously.
And
100%.
I'll say this. Xbox, they got the Silk song.
Yes.
They got the Silk song.
The
They
one
played
demo,
reveal.
the one trailer that everyone wanted out of all the showcases, Xbox was the one that was able to
Right
deliver on
off the
Silk
top.
Song.
Right off the top.
Right off the
They
top.
had my heart.
Yeah.
That was all I needed, and everything else was just gravy.
Yeah. All right. So before we go, one quick question. Basically, it's a two-part question. What's one game that you were surprised by, and what's one game that you are so looking forward to be able to play? We'll go with Camille first.
Okay, so Redfall and Starfield are the games that I'm like looking forward to play, but as well as I was really just surprised, yes, by the Riot announcement and Persona 5 Royale, and like this is really close. Riley's filming this. Dang it, Riley! I was really surprised that they were really also focused on like Japanese games coming to Xbox, which Phil is fulfilling his promise. He said that he was focusing on
Fulfilling, yeah.
fulfilling it. So fulfilling. Yeah, I love it. No, that's my answers.
For me, the surprise was Persona. I mean, people have been asking for that for years at this point, and it's just been, hi Riley. It's just been such a great.
Super close to his pores. We've been sweating in here.
Yeah. No, that was a great little surprise, and then the one that I'm like really excited about, Redfall. Once we saw gameplay of that, totally sold on that. It looks beautiful. The different power dynamics, awesome stuff. So yeah, that's the one main takeaway.
Ooh, also the Rick and Morty game. 'Cause,
High on Life.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
literally gonna be my
Okay,
answer.
The Caboose, why don't you talk about High on Life?
High on Life,
Life, yeah.
looks like super creative and different and fun and like really funny too. Like, okay, now it's my turn.
Everyone's getting the close up.
But yeah, so like honestly, like that game to me, like all the different kinds of guns and the fact that they're all talking to you. He pulls out a knife and it starts talking to you too. Like I love the idea and the concept behind it.
Yeah.
Very Rick and Morty. Like at one point I was like, is this just a Rick and Morty game?
I almost thought that too. Yeah.
And so like I'm super into that. That was my biggest surprise of the show for sure. That and Scorn I thought looked fantastic, and a Plague Tale. Honestly, it was a pretty good showcase. The more I think about it.
Yeah.
Games, I need to like go back, like close my eyes and like remember everything that we saw because there were so many games coming in the next 12
But
months.
I think for me, like number one, I think the one that I cannot wait to like dig my teeth into is Starfield. Like that's the obvious answer, but like there's a reason why it's the obvious answer.
Yeah, I think probably definitely my favorite was definitely Starfield. Like seeing all the and we're going to close up. We're seeing all of the amazing the light's already blinding me enough. I think seeing like all the gameplay again, just like my Star Trek, like it feels that heart. Sure. Like I'm just like I'm really excited.
Are you going to build the Enterprise?
I am going to try to build the Enterprise, 100%. And like I'm going to fill up with all the crew, and I'm going to make my uniforms all the crew like in Star Trek. Anyway, so I'm that one's.
rebranding Starfield to
We're Star Trek, yeah. But as far as like actually surprised, like I think, I mean, beyond like any specific game, I think for me was the fact that, like I said before, all of these they're saying is going to come out in the next 12 months. We didn't get a lot of exact release dates on a lot of stuff, but I think like seeing stuff that's going to be coming out like supposedly by June of next year, 2023. I think this is going to be like a good year, and they said like I think as well like they're going to have a game on Xbox every single month over the next 12 months. So we're going to see that. I think as far like now even thinking on top of my head, I think probably the one surprise I didn't expect to see, which kind of makes sense in retrospect, Diablo 4.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
The fact that we got to see not only
was a
just a
good
trailer,
showcase.
it was like it was gameplay of Diablo 4, like having this open world, and it's going to be like
And
stuff.
Necromancer
The
now.
Necromancer, there's going to be stuff
class.
after the
My
game
favorite
is out. There's
class.
going to be like new game sort of
Yeah.
plus or end game. So I was like, I never really could get into a Diablo game before. This one I might actually try, and I think I'm
Hit
really
me up.
excited.
I will join you on
Okay,
that.
Okay,
yeah.
look at you go up.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You know what the best part about all this is, for me at least, is like, so we're talking about this showcase is the next 12 months in gaming, and this time next year, E3 is back, baby.
Yes.
So we're coming back
We'll
to an
actually be
actual.
talking
Hopefully
about
talking about E3 at E3. So hopefully.
that's
So that being said, thank you so much for watching. We'll actually do probably a full post show. I'll go up on my YouTube channel after this sometime on Monday or whatever this goes up. But this is kind of like our quick sort of like quick impressions of the showcase. We'll have probably more in detail pretty soon. So thank you so much for watching. If anyone wants to be able to follow any of these fine folks, where can we be able to find you, Camille?
I'm a friend. I'm around.
Around. Okay, cool. Yeah. Follow Camille. And
I'm on Twitter at Vegvari.
Just shine the bat signal up in the sky. No. At Caboose EK, Twitter and Instagram, or youtube.com/Caboose, twitch.tv/Caboose.
And you can be able to find me, twitch.tv/BlindGamerSteve, youtube.com/Snowball, or Steve Saylor on Twitter. Thanks so much, and we've been just a few friends chatting about Xbox.
Just a few.
At E3, yeah. So. Kojima.